Today, we are having a confessional stream. I am going to be judging all of you guys on your anonymous confessions, or not anonymous if you chose to say who you were. I have not read anybody's confessions yet, so I'm doing it blindly. My mods, however, they have gone through and, moderated, made sure everything was appropriate, etc. So don't worry about that. Doing professional confessions in a casual outfit. Okay, fine. Do I need to be like proper? Don't admit to anything illegal, chat. We're just gonna start from the top. Sorry, this next one just made me stop in place. Okay, when I was a child, I used to hump those I took a liking to. I don't even know what to say to that exactly. I love the commentary my mods added to the side that says, makes me wonder if they learned this from a family dog. I think we're just gonna move on from that one. I don't know what to say about that. That is awful. I don't want to think about that longer than I have to. I hope you got the mental help that you needed, because something is wrong with you. Did no one ever tell you you shouldn't do that? Did no one ever stop you? We listen and we don't judge? No, this whole stream is about judging. I am going to be greatly judging all of you guys. By submitting to this form, you gave me permission to judge you, just so you know. So these are the gates guarded by Saint Miki? Yeah. When I was in high school, I poured an entire bottle of liquid into the vents. The school closed for a week to clean the entire ventilation system and ended up finding a massive weed stash in the boys' bathroom. They said liquid ass. I'm assuming it's like fart spray. And they just like poured fart spray in the vents, so it like goes through the whole school. You're evil. I'm not gonna lie. That is evil. But I mean, hey, you at least stopped some kids from smoking weed. So, I mean, props to you for that, I guess. Low-key, you honestly should have been sued for that. Like, if they had to shut school down for an entire week to clean, like, you should have to pay damages for that, I feel like. Someone literally just submitted the lyrics to Rotten Girl. It's okay, so there's a Vocaloid song called like Confessions of a Rotten Girl, or like something like that. I just know it has Miku with a yaoi paddle on it, and I'm pretty sure it's about yaoi. Miku with the what now? A yaoi paddle. Wait, do I have youngins here? Do y'all not know what a yaoi paddle is? How many of you know what a yaoi paddle is? I'm not that old, I swear. Okay, so we're kind of 50-50. All right, guys, I'm gonna school you on what a yaoi paddle is. So essentially, what happened is that at anime conventions, people would have a giant wooden paddle with the word yaoi on it. And in person at conventions, they would go up to strangers and just hit them with the yaoi paddle. And it became such a problem that yaoi paddles had to be explicitly banned from conventions. And this was like an early 2000s thing at conventions. Like, it was incredibly common. So there you go. For everyone that doesn't know what a yaoi paddle is, now you do. The more you know with Miki. Next confession. As a kid, my friend and I had his little sister hold up a dartboard. Then we would play with legit metal darts. She didn't get hurt, but we did get an earful. Oh, and you wanted to admit to this. Okay, this was my mod, Jasmine. So you're kind of a sadist, I guess. I put Miki on my second monitor, but she's so entertaining that I keep turning my head to watch her stream instead of my primary monitor. And now my neck hurts because my head is rotated 45 degrees for hours every day. Okay, wait, this is anonymous, but let me give you a life hack. Side by side is awful. You want to know the real strat to have two monitors? Stack them one on top of the other. Right now, OBS is on my primary, and then I glance up to my secondary, and that's where I'm reading off all of the confessions from. It will cure your neck pain. I just watched Miki on my phone like an iPad kid. Honestly fair. When I was a kid, I used to eat grass in our school's soccer field because I thought it tasted good. Our grass was apparently painted to look greener because summer heat always made it burn. I was eating pain. No, okay, wait. Chimera, I don't know if you're here right now, but I'll level with you. I also ate grass as a kid. There was like a giant grassy area. We didn't really have a playground. It was just a giant grassy area. And I was unironically like on all fours crawling around eating grass. And like recess was right after lunch, so I had no reason to be doing this. Like, I wasn't hungry, I just ate. I just wanted to eat grass, man. So low-key, that's why Chimera and I are besties. We both eat grass. Although there were a couple times I would like be eating grass, and I guess I would eat grass that had like pesticides on it or something, or like where they sprayed weed killer. and then I would like gag or throw up. And then I would be like, I'm never eating grass again. And then come tomorrow, I would be back to eating grass. I've seen people eat grass in elementary. It's not that weird. It's not that weird. Eating grass is fine, guys. Yum, Roundup only gives the most of the cancers. That's probably why I'm so messed up, like, health-wise now. Chimera and I need to have a grass-eating stream. We like, see, guys, we touch so much grass. In fact, we constantly touch grass because it's in our stomachs. All right, this one's from Zevro. Y'all know the meme where it's like the dog closing his eyes? That's me reading this confession. I have spent about 6 grand in my currency on Miki. 200,000 plus bits, 200 gift subs. Jesus, Zev, I really appreciate it. Save money for yourself. Make sure you are financially stable. Don't worry about this little angel shark. I really always appreciate the donations. It helps more than you guys know, but I always want to make sure y'all are taken care of first and foremost. Next one. I used to pretend to be a girl on Gaia Online to get the monthly items for free. I would Google people in bras, post a picture, and get the items sent to me by people trying to slide into my DM. I have since given all those items away to a person who played forever but was broke. Honestly, I can't even be mad about that. Like, low-key, if those people were, like, horny simps and they were gonna fall for a Google image and send you free stuff, you know, I respect the hustle. If that's what you want to do, that's their fault for being down bad. I wouldn't tell you to go actively do it, but if it works, it works. All right, so this is illegal. I lit an abandoned bar on fire. There's more arson later? Oh god. Do I have multiple arsonists in my chat? There's so much arson, really? So there's like a lot of arson in this? My mods would know best because they're the ones that reviewed everything for me. I draw my bullies as femboys so I feel better. Honestly, man, if that makes you feel better, I'm here for it. It's like the equivalent where they say, like, don't piss off an artist because they can draw you pregnant. Can I be drawn as a femboy? I don't know. You gotta find out, who is drawing the femboys and ask them. Sometimes I rewatch parts of some streams where Miki reacts to my comments. I don't know why. I just like rewatching a streamer reacting to my comment. I don't know why it is so fun. Please don't kill me. I know exactly who you are, by the way. You put your name as average chatter, but adding in please don't kill me totally gives you away. Yeah, Jason, you're not very good at going incognito, are you? Okay, so this next one is from Wesley the Bestie. This is a little bit longer one, and the mod note says this is some actual tea. So back in 8th grade, I was at a private Christian school that used online courses for certain subjects, and the quizzes and tests were really easy to cheat because there was a Quizlet for every single one. So at a certain point, my morals dropped low enough to start using the Quizlets for certain subjects because I just didn't want to do them. Eventually, I had to actually start relying on them for every subject because I wasn't really doing the lessons either, so I actually didn't know anything I needed to. I felt terrible. I didn't want to cheat like this, but at this point, I was in too deep. My friends knew I was doing it. Almost everyone else in the classroom was doing the same. It was so easy to cheat because we only had one teacher for our classroom, so it didn't take much to hide it. By the end of the year, I had been Quizletting all of my tests and quizzes for months, not retaining any of the information and practically coasting through the day. Finals arrived, and I contemplated actually studying for them. I didn't, of course, just ended up finding their Quizlets and pulling them up in another tab like everything else. But you know the worst part? There was about 10 people in my class and one person who had been trying to get the highest GPA award for many years. TBH, the Quizlets weren't even that accurate, so I thought this was the year she would finally get it. But instead, I somehow managed to snipe it from her! The one year where I just wanted it to be over because it felt absolutely terrible cheating every day, I actually somehow got the award despite how honestly awful the Quizlets were. I felt absolutely terrible at the award ceremony. I didn't deserve it at all. And no, of course, my parents never found out. If I was the person, like, studying hard, I would probably cry myself to sleep, dude. That is, like, the thing that would haunt me for the rest of my life. I sometimes talk with myself when I'm doing something, which leads me to zone out of my surroundings. Honestly, that's just, like, a normal thing. Doesn't everybody do that? At least you're not like me. I'm, like, fully schizophrenic, bro. I have my 4 cats, and each of them have their own personalities and their own voices, and I voice my cats as well as myself, and sometimes I get in arguments with my cats, and then I make myself cry. Nah, y'all are getting Miki tea spilt throughout this. When I was young, I used to believe that it was possible to become and be born as an animal. Are you like a Therian? I once kissed another guy as a 3rd grader during a school activity. We were playing a game. I don't remember what it was called, but basically we had to spin around in a circle while having our eyes closed, and I bumped into someone else, kissing them on the lips by accident. When I was young, I didn't think much about it, but looking back now, it's interesting to look back at since I didn't expect it. And it was technically my first kiss. Though I am straight, it's kind of wild. My first kiss was gay. I don't think it really counts. I don't think it really counts because it was completely accidental. That's crazy that happened like by pure accident though. Were you like sticking your face out, lips first? When I was younger, I got mad at my aunt, who was only a few years older than me, for probably a very dumb reason. So when no one was looking, I punched her in the body. I most likely punched her around the diaphragm because she couldn't breathe for 1.5 seconds. I told her not to tell anyone or I'll punch her again. So no one else in her family knows about it except us two. That is wild. So your response is just like, if you tell anyone I punched you, I'll punch you again. That is crazy, bro. Familial abuse, that's what we call that. I lied to my family about getting food and used the money they gave me to get games and V-Bucks. If V-Bucks is more important than food to you, so be it. I hope you enjoyed whatever you purchased with your V-Bucks. There was a time while working at a restaurant that I would greet people by asking if they're hungry, but one guy got extremely offended. This is literally you, Kyle. I remember you talking about this. Kyle works at Cracker Barrel. A cop that came in and he just, you know, as a friendly greeting was like, hi, like, are you hungry? But apparently the cop got super offended and was like, oh, are you calling me fat? He's like, no, I was just trying to be friendly because you're coming to a restaurant. Obviously you're hungry. Kyle is the one immediately after you as well. Just because you say again, let me know if you have any clue who's typing this. I had a crush, and kind of still do, for a Night Sparrow gal that I know you have a game of. It is? I'm sorry for double exposing you. Eldin, you're coming up in a few? Oh god. Oh, I can already see the wall of text. Before I start, I just want to preface that I haven't told this story to anyone before. Mainly because I was scared people wouldn't believe me, but I think I'm ready to put this out there now. That is, one way to start things. So a few years ago, in my junior year of high school, 4 of my friends and I decided to explore this weird abandoned mansion. What I saw in the mirror, it wasn't me. That thing wasn't me. It was inhuman. Pale as a shark. Its form shrouded in this heavy fog. Then the mirror cracked. I swear, if this turns into a comedic bit, you're fired. And the drapes of one of the other rooms caught fire. Since the whole place was mainly dry rotting wood, the fire spread quickly. Oh guys, great, we got another arson confession. So I confessed to it all. Everything you just read was an effing lie, baby. Woo, did I have you going there? Are you that effing stupid? You just got osteo outclassed. I can't believe I got you to spend all that time reading this fake confessional. Ha, what a loser. Anyways, I'm gonna go punch a mirror for no reason. Alright, and you're fired. I knew it. As soon as you said pale as a shark, I knew. Alright, I expect your resignation on my desk by tomorrow morning. Otherwise, we will handle the exit paperwork for you. When I was a little kid, my parents got me one of those small plasma orbs. I loved this thing. Ever the odd child, I decided that instead of going to sleep at my bedtime, or even secretly playing video games like a sane person, I would futz around with the plasma orb. Each night for weeks, I would stay up fascinated by this thing. I discovered that I could tape a piece of aluminum foil to the top of the orb and a spark would jump between the foil and my finger. Now, I think most normal kids would be like, cool, and that would be it. But no. I started digging out electronics from broken toys and any other sources I could find and use the sparks to fry them. I would spend the night blowing up capacitors, burning out LEDs, and making funny smoke come out of all manner of components. Sometimes I would get lucky and something would burn with a pretty colored flame. What is y'all's obsession with fire, bro? Why is everyone confessing about setting things on fire? Sometimes I would help them along by adding a little bit of nail polish remover. All this was on bare carpet under my wood desk, with no mask of any kind, mind you. At one point, I melted a small piece of the carpet and hit it with the leg of my chair, but that didn't stop me. I kept doing this stupid stuff until one morning I woke up to realize everything, and I mean everything in my room was sprinkled with tiny, black flakes of whatever comes out of electronics when you set them on fire. I then realized I was probably going to give myself turbo cancer and stopped doing that and never mentioned it to another soul. It's been many years, and I've long since moved out, but my parents never brought up the weird substances and melted carpet. Little did they know, I probably almost set the house on fire multiple times with my shenanigans. I guess everybody here is into arson. I don't know, man. We have another whale confessing their sins. So I spent 3,000 on streamers in a week, and you were one of them. It was worth it. No regrets, except for eating the same thing for about 2 weeks. I hope you're having a great day. I really appreciate it. But please make sure you're financially stable before you donate to any of your Oshis, okay? Anyone you watch in general would prefer you to have nice, good food in your tummy before you donate. Please take care of yourself, seriously. Very long one again. This is like longer than Eldin's, low-key, I think. But the mod note says it's gold, so we'll see. About a year ago, parents bought my little brother a new gaming PC because it was the end of the school year and it was summertime. I don't know what grades he got, but I'm sure they were good enough for my parents to buy him a PC. I was obviously jealous because I was stuck with a laptop and I've always wanted a gaming PC, but it annoyed me even more because all he played was Roblox, specifically Grow a Garden and Steal a Brain Rot. So I managed to find a way to troll him. I saw this video on YouTube on how to set a custom FPS on Roblox, and they showcased how they can just cap their FPS to 1. I decided to go slow and steady, and would cap his frame rate on Roblox 1 frame lower each night. At 21 FPS, he went to mom and dad to start complaining about how laggy the game has gotten. My dad suggested restarting the PC, but the notepad I edited to cap the frame rate was saved. So even restarting the PC to reset the FPS on Roblox didn't work. At 17 FPS, he now wants a new PC and asks his parents to buy him a new one. Problem is, it's been more than 40 days since we've owned a PC, so we couldn't even return it. Now, I realized I could use this as an opportunity to get his gaming PC. You see, I watched a tutorial on YouTube about building a budget gaming PC meant for light gaming. He would literally not notice a difference, especially since he only plays at 60 FPS. And it's not like he cares about good graphics anyway, since he plays Grow a Garden and Steal a Brain Rot. So my plan is to buy the parts to that budget PC, then take out all the parts of my little brother's PC and put the budget PC parts in his PC case. I went to my parents and told them I've been watching PC tutorials on how to fix a lagging PC, and I told them I could fix it. I just need $464 for these parts. My parents thought about it, but they once again were reluctant. But then I told them that they're soon gonna have to spend another $1,600 to buy a new PC for my little brother. So my parents finally agreed to take the risk and gave me $464. Now, of course, I realized I was also taking a risk because if it didn't work, I would not only have no gaming PC, but I would also have to do chores for a whole year without complaining. I started taking all the parts out of my little brother's PC and hiding them. I watched YouTube tutorials step by step on how to finish building. I was even worried I did all this for nothing and I would have to do chores for a year. I gave it back to my brother and told him to try it for a few days, see if it lags, though I bet it won't. After sweating tears of building his PC, I laid down on my bed exhausted, but happy with what I had accomplished. I had the PC parts of my little brother's PC. My parents also praised me for being able to fix the problem that was driving my little brother nuts. The next day, I started building my PC. The PC specs were Ryzen 7 7700X and NVIDIA GeForce RTX 5060 Ti with 32 gigabytes of DDR5 and a 2 terabyte SSD. Oh my god, you're evil! Now, of course, everything I did is evil. I'm aware of that. But in my defense, my little brother played very light games and he only just plays at 60 FPS. He was wasting a lot of excess processing power that could be used for something else. He could have had a much lighter budget PC and he wouldn't even notice the difference. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of genius. Is it wrong? Yes. Did you kind of lie and swindle your family? Yes. But I mean, hey, if it works, it works. Congrats on the new PC, bro. And that is not a bad PC. That's actually a pretty darn good PC. That might get confession of the night. Also, you guys, for all the people that were like, I wonder if anyone will confess love to Miki. Apparently, someone, I did not read it, but there was a love confession for all of you that were placing bets there. I'm confessing my son of running away from the Miki cult while she chased me with a knife. Bro, I would never do such a thing. And then we have another very questionable confession here. Essentially someone just admitting to their, to a sexual fetish, which, you know, I'm just gonna skip over that real quick. I don't even want to read that next one either. Why do y'all say this stuff, bro? I went through a pyromaniac phase in my early teens where I would blow stuff up on our roof when no one was home. I got the bright, in parenthesis, dumbass idea to make an incendiary device. not even realizing that maybe this would throw flammable sticky liquids across 50 square feet. I never got caught. The one person who noticed a scorch mark thought they got struck by lightning. I've learned my lesson, I swear. Why are all of my viewers arsonists, bro? Alright, we're skipping the next one about gooning. I don't know why you need to tell me about your gooning habits. I do not need to know about it. Honestly, I want some idiot to put their actual username so I can ban them. And then we just ban them on the confession. I'm gonna sound like a honeypot. Actually, guys, yeah, you know, if you're gonna tell me about your gooning habits, at least be a man and write your username. I want to know exactly who has which gooning habits, yeah. Are y'all ready for Sweet Home Alabama? Like rubbing my hands together, this one is golden. I know exactly who it is. There was a time when I was a child and I kept going to family parties. And there was this girl I really liked. She liked me back and we started hanging out more. Fast forward to high school and we're dating. After getting arrested and thrown into court for being an alleged shooter, I didn't want to ruin my business selling black painted airsoft toys to wannabe gangsters. That's when my girlfriend broke me the news that we were related. Baffled that for some reason I didn't know I was dating my niece the entire time, I asked her why she didn't tell me. Her response? We literally met during family parties. How did you not know? Fast forward a few years again, right after I crashed my car in a possibly not legal street race, she lifted me an anime to watch. Since her the modern anime MCs, I didn't realize the signs that she was still into me. Realizing her advances, I decided to tell a relative about it to save me from this situation. At the next family party, I was knocked out by her dad. Apparently, the relative I asked for help was her grandma, my dad's sister, without me realizing it, and completely twisted the story for the sake of drama. This was something I wanted to get off my chest ever since, and it has haunted me since 2012. Related tangent, her little sister had a thing for me too. I'm so cooked. I wasn't even attractive at that time. WTF did I do to get Alabama'd? Well, at least they were eye candy, which is crazy to say, by the way. I'm going straight to hell for writing that. Banjos intensify. And I will say I know who this is, and it is confirmed to be true. So, this was not made up for content. Although the individual probably wishes it was. Dude, this red one, mods, is the same person that made a confession earlier. Alright. Man with the foot fetish that has submitted at least 2 confessions. Own up. Who are you? I have a feeling they're on YouTube. I'm not gonna lie. All right. You know, another fetish here. All right. And then we got a parasocial person. Also, not gonna read the next one either. Anyways, I see that red one as well. I watched another shark VTuber. Can you ever forgive me? No. You should be banned for that. I'm just kidding. Why is everyone obsessed with fire, dude? Okay, this is just another Sweet Home Alabama. I'm not reading this. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your night. Be nice. Be the amazing sharks and angel fins I know you are. It's gonna be great. And I will hopefully see all of you tomorrow. And just in advance, happy 4th of July!